Good morning, Scott School, on this terrific Tuesday, September 10th. I'm so excited to join you with our morning news for our third graders who are returning to Scott School. You're familiar with morning news, and our second graders who are new to Scott School and any new students to Scott School. We do live morning news on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays every week. So we're pretty excited to get this kicked off today. My counterpart, Mrs. Schwartz, who many of you are familiar with, unfortunately isn't here today, but she will be joining me on the morning news. And we will also have a special guest that will join us, and that will be our Dean of Students. But I'm going to hold off in sharing who that is and when that will happen until that time comes. So, welcome to Scott School. We are so excited that you're here with us to learn and have fun and grow throughout the school year. Boys and girls, we start our week off with something called Fab with Vocab. And we have a word of the week. And this week, our word of the week is very timely because it is honorific. Say that in your head, honorific. That is a long, very sophisticated, so I couldn't even say the word, sophisticated word. And it means that you're using a title in front of someone's name. So, for example, I'm Mrs. Reha, and your teacher might be a Mr. or a Miss or a Mrs. Or someone else might be something that they prefer to be called by, and that's called an honorific. So try your very best to use honorifics. And the one thing I want you to know is honorifics typically in Michigan or in the northern part of the United States are the title followed by someone's last name, but sometimes people prefer to have the title followed by their first name, and that is just a preference, and we do our best to honor what they prefer to be called. So honorific, and you'll see the the definition is a noun, and it says a word or title expressing respect. And so we use that all the time. And so try to talk at your dinner table about what honorific is and surprise your grown-ups, your family, and try to use it here in the building. You will impress grown-ups and your peers, I bet. So this week we will focus on honorific and talk about it quite a bit. And I hope you're fab with vocab. Find it in your reading, include it in your writing, and use it in your everyday language. Another thing I want to talk to you about today is our Scott School rules. And we have 3 of them. And our Scott School rules are to be respectful, to be responsible, and to be safe. And I know at Shavy Road, respectful meant the same thing as kind, and you are also responsible and safe there. So very similar here at Scott School. We just replaced kind with a more sophisticated word, and that is respectful. So try to be kind, respectful, responsible in everything you do, not just here at Scott School, but every day, no matter where you're at. They're great life skills, and they're important. People do notice them. The other thing I want to talk to you about is the beginning of the day and the end of the day. To be respectful, responsible, and safe, we want students who get dropped off or walk or bike to school to make sure that you are using those walking feet or that slow roll on your bike so that you are safely entering the school grounds and then going to where you need to be. I know sometimes it is extremely exciting to see some friends get dropped off and want to hurry and rush and join those friends, but we want you to make sure that you're walking because it would be really, really unfortunate to start the day with a trip and a concrete face smash. So we would hate that. That could chip some teeth, hurt your face, all the things. So make sure that you're walking safely into the building. The other thing I want to remind you is at the end of the day, those of you who are waiting for pick up, you have quickly discovered there are panther paw painted images on the concrete near the area where pickup students wait. Make sure that you're only having one student per paw, and that if 2 students get to a paw at the same time, that you just Rochambeau, or otherwise known as rock, paper, scissors. You do it one time unless you tie. The winner stays, and the one who didn't win goes to the back and finds a paw. That's a quick, easy way we resolve this. But we can even be better with resolving that by understanding waiting on a paw print is not a game. It's just to give you personal space in a safe place to wait for your name to be called by the microphone or the speaker system. So making sure that you're not looking at this as a game of leapfrog or Frogger or any other electronic game you might have seen or played before that is a race to get to the next place. This isn't a race. This is just a place to wait safely until your name is called. And that's the last thing I want to mention about our pickup routine is it is really important that you wait until you hear your name to walk to the front of the speaker. That means that your body is facing forward, you're standing up, and you're listening and trying not to talk, especially talk loudly or even screaming or using that outdoor voice. We want expected behavior so that all friends nearby can hear their name called. So that's really important also. So be mindful of that. I know that we'll get better and better with this, but you are supposed to walk to the speaker when your name's called. And then when Mrs. Schwartz or I indicate that it's time to walk to your car, you walk to your car. We don't have curbside pickup where we wait till every car drives all the way up near where I'm standing for you to get in. We'd be here all night. So make sure that you're following that direction as well. On the morning news, we talk about lots of things. We talk about celebrations. We talk about expected behavior. We talk about testing, all sorts of cool things. We also recognize our Panther Pride winners. And when Mrs. Schwartz returns, we will be sure to do that because we have a whole bucket full of Panther Pride winners. And that's because you are all doing a wonderful job with that. Keep up the great work. And now, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a terrific Tuesday, Scott School.